Let's put some jewelry right up on your fingertips. Up next. Hello, my little lovelies. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gigi. So we're going to use some Chaun Legend today. I wanted to do something. I wanted to do a thing with the Chaun Legend because the white is so just white, and the polish is on the thicker side. So we're gonna see if it does a thing. And spoiler alert, it does a thing, and it does it really nice. So um, this is for all those kids out there who cannot do an ombre. Let me hold my hand up. I'm not that great at ombre either, but this made it really easy. Oh, look, all those are going to get that beautiful color. This is the second coat. If you want it to be even more opaque, a third coat really does make it less sheer, but it is a slightly sheer polish. This is two coats, and I'm happy with two coats. But like I said, if you need that opacity for whatever reason, go ahead and give it a third coat and you won't be upset. But this color, it's dreamy. And I just feel like so many skin tones could wear this as as a uh, as a nude. So I think it works pretty good on me even. So I love it. I love it. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and use a little sponge action and see how it works. Now, after playing with it the first time, I realized I really just needed to use the sponge. I did not need to use the actual brush to put that bottom part down, because I end up going over it with the sponge anyway. And what you're really looking for is the blend, right, between the two colors. And I mean, even on this first coat, you can already see it's doing a great job, right? So I'm super pleased with it. There's still some things to do with it to see, if it's going to be in my top tier. But so far, it's in the running, that's for sure. I know a lot of people see it as their favorite brand right now. So that's amazing. That's amazing for him, right? He was not on my radar ever until his polishes came out. So I don't know if he had videos and stuff before this, but the polish is real pretty. It's super, super pretty. Or gel, whatever you want to call it. It's still polish, even though it's gel. I just got a little bit too much up high there, a little shadowing of it, and we're just going to come in and take that off real fast. And then blend it a little more. And look, it blends really nice. Normally, I would only use like a thick potted gel for this. But like I said, the polish itself is a little on the thicker side, and it's very, very pigmented. So I just thought this is going to work really good. And I was not wrong. Let's come in with a second coat. And listen, you can, especially down at the bottom where you're trying to get the full white effect, you can go over as many coats as you need to get the effect you're going for. But I'm pretty happy with the two coats. So we're going to go ahead and now move on. We're going to bounce around a little bit today. So we're going to move on to the two nails that are not getting an ombre. We're going to have 3 ombre nails and 2 that are just the plain nude pink. It's kind of like a cover pink, really. And then we're going to come in with some stuff. We're going to make bangles, guys. I love the bangle or bracelet nails, whatever you want to call them. They are so, so, so cute. And I do have that 3D gel. So it seemed like a match made in heaven. I've really been loving working with the 3D gels lately. And the kind we have is Savalon. So if you've been looking for one that you like, sorry about being a little too close there. I did not realize I didn't have the camera pulled down far enough. That is my bad. But total pro moves on my part. So on both of the nails that get the bangles or the bracelets, like these ones right here, I wouldn't call those bangles. I would just call them bracelets. But we are going to make some bangles. Both of them are going to get 1 flower with gemstone nails. They're both going to get one just plain bangle nail, and they're both going to get a single gem bangle nail. So they sort of match, but not exactly, and that's why I love it. Oh, one of the bangles though is one of the bangles we make is a like a tortoise shell style. So that was really, really fun. I think if I were going to do that again, which I may, I would do it a tiny bit different. We'll discuss that in just a minute. So now this is the thumbnail. Now, as far as all of the necklace nails, because the 3 nails the with the ombre, those are getting necklaces. Okay. I am only going to show you this thumbnail. Except there is one part where you see the big gem on the index fingernail. I don't even know why I left that in there, but I'm on a time crunch right now and I don't have time to go back and finesse my edit. And we'll talk about that while I keep doing this right here, putting things on this necklace. Now, I did actually cure the bigger necklace before I came in to make the second one, just to make sure we didn't have any problems. Like I said in my community post, and guys, it's a community, and I don't think most people are used to being able to do this on YouTube, but y'all can post things in there too. So if you want to share ideas or tips or your own nails or ask me to do something on the channel, please come on to the community page. Just go to my page, click the community tab, and post something. Post something. Now, of course, if it's out of pocket, or you're trying to sell stuff, I'm going to delete you. But my Glam fam ain't about all that. So I know you guys are going to post cool stuff. Come on by. Let's make it a real community. Let's do this. Come on. I've also got a Facebook group, and I'll leave a link to that for you guys as well. Anyway, I'm just going to keep playing with this. But anyway, my life is getting more busy. And that's why we didn't have a second video this week. We're just having Saturday, not Tuesday. I'm hoping next week I'm going to be able to get my schedule, to keep myself on schedule. Let's say that. Okay. My daughter and her husband are opening a restaurant. This is their first week in their actual physical location. They've been doing pop-ups and they're doing pretty good, but they're opening the actual restaurant. While I play with this 3D gel, we'll finish this. I'm just going to roll it out into a snake shape, a little tube. Not really a tube because it's not hollow, but anyway. So I'm going to be having Liam a lot more. He was with me for 2 days. Monday and Tuesday at the beginning of this week. And he sleeps in my bed when he's with me. Up until last night because I cannot sleep with him. He is 4, and if you've slept with a small child before, you know they kick and turn and pirouette and play football or whatever he's doing in his dreams. I don't know, but I can't sleep like that. And so by the time he went home, and Tuesday, I did not really, I just needed to get some of the edit done and do a voiceover and take some pictures. And I thought for sure I'll be able to get that all done, blah, blah, blah. No, honeys, I'm sorry. I could not think straight. So sorry guys, let me just pause the story. I'm just making sure everything's lined up here on my little bangle. I put the 3D gel on it, cut off the edges, and I found that's the best way to do it for me because it dents real easy. If you pick it up with your fingers, it leaves a mark. It's hard to get that mark off once it's on the nail. So just lay it on, give yourself a little extra room and lay it on there and cut off the excess. Then come in with your silicone tool. I did a little with the metal, clean everything up, and then cure it. Now we're going to come in. I almost forgot to start the camera. That's why it's already a little bit yellow. But I did start the camera, so we're going to paint it yellow. And then we're going to, while it's curing, we're going to make another little snake shape. So anyway, I bought him one of those little like Japanese futon mattressy kind of things, and we can roll it out whenever he needs to be over here sleeping, so I can get a good night's sleep. And he slept over last night because, like I said, they just opened the restaurant and they were there last night. And I'm actually spending the night at their house tonight to watch him, which is nice because I get to do free laundry and I don't have to go to the laundromat, right? But anyways, so at least I slept good last night. That's why today's edit is happening, and his little mattress is going to work out great. He's 4. He can totally sleep on one of those mattresses, and he had a good night on it. He enjoyed being in the bed. He enjoyed putting his tent on top of the bed and playing in there. So it turned into something he really enjoyed. He is acting out a tiny bit because he's not used to his parents being away from him so much, and that we'll go through that phase a little bit. But all I need to do is be patient and loving, and it'll work out fine. And the kids will figure out their schedule, and I will figure out my schedule, and everything will work out great. But we are going through some growing pains over here. So now we're going to make our little tortoises. I'm going to start with a gray to give us like a shadowing. If I were to do this set over again, or even just this particular bangle, I would use darker colors. And that's the only thing I would do different. I really enjoyed making this nail, and I don't do a lot of tortoise shell stuff, but I feel like a tortoise shell set, that's a lot to say. It might be coming up soon. So if you like that, please hit the subscribe button. Like 90% of you are not subscribed. So hit that button, give me a subscribe, and don't forget to stay all the way to the end of the video. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. So then we're going to cure that. And while that's curing, we are going to add some chrome and just have one big silver bangle on this one. And it's so cute, you guys. I am really so inspired by the 3D stuff. And I'm not trying to say my whole channel is going to be 3D all the time, because that's a lot. But it's going to be a lot, guys. I'm going to buy some more. I'm going to buy different kinds. I know there's like a clay sort of kind, and I love working 3D. So I didn't realize I was a sculptor, but I think I might be a sculptor. So we're going to sculpt some more stuff and have a good time. So again, if you like that kind of stuff, you know what to do. And I'm going to tell you again. Don't forget to clean up any chrome that gets on your nail. I cleaned up these nails pretty well to make sure it wouldn't stick, and so I'm just using a little alcohol to wipe it off. I didn't want to get aggressive because I had not top coated that yet, and I did not want to remove any of my chrome. So now we're coming in with our second coat of the yellow to make the gray not gray, right? It's a shadow. It's like a shadowing under there, right? Now we're coming in with our last bangle. I think this is the last one. And this one is going to be the one that I put a single gem in, a gem to match all the other gems. Now, like I said, there's 3 nails with the ombre, and those all three of those have a necklace. But I didn't show you all the necklaces because it really does take a long time to do them, at least for me. I'm not that good at it. And all you're going to do is put your gem where you want it and then press it in. I put mine in the middle, but you could put more than one, and you don't have to put it on the middle. It could be off center. That would be super cute. So you have options, and make sure it's really in there so it won't pop out. And then cure it just like you would any other time. Now I'm coming in with a deeper brown color, but again, it's not dark enough. I would have tried to find something darker, like maybe mixed brown in with black to make a black brown. I think that would have been better. I'm not upset with it because there are lighter toned tortoiseshell looks, but I don't know. I always tend to like darker things, and so it's just a missed opportunity that I can play around with in the future. There you go. And now we're coming in with our final coat of the yellow, which actually still adds a little bit of depth to the little splotches that we make in the tortoiseshell bangle. And it's so cute. I feel like maybe I should have done one on each of the nails, but I'm not super matchy with stuff all the time, especially for myself personally. I don't always matchy stuff. So that's what I tend to do on nails too. So I don't know. Maybe it's the fashiony stuff that I like too. Like, I don't own a lot of fashion, but if I had money, I sure would. I sure would. Even my jammies would be fancy. Tell you what. Okay, so now we're doing our top coat. And what you're going to want to do is make sure you top coat your bangles, but also in between your bangles, okay? Because if you try to do it with a big brush, it's a mess. You're going to be cleaning a lot up, and really, you don't want to do all that. That's so time consuming and it wastes your product. So come in with a nice brush and hit your little middles, your little in-betweens, and you're going to have that on every single nail on a set like this. And that's why I'm going to show you this nail and the thumbnail, and that's it, skis. Because, again, guys, it's just a lot. We're going to put a little micro bead in there. This is not the heaviest micro bead set, but there's a few on there. And you want to go ahead and put a dollop of top coat on top of those as well, which I'm sorry I did not show you. I do apologize. At the beginning of wow, that was very well done. At the beginning of the video, I did show you that. Oh my goodness. Just on the thumbnail though. You may have noticed at the beginning of the video, when the flowers went into the lamp, they came out pink. And once they cooled down, they went back to white. I don't know if you noticed that. I just remembered about it myself. It kind of blew my mind. I was not expecting it. These are the only color that's happened with this group of them that I bought. I bought a little kit that had like 4 little containers of them. So like, I don't know, 16 different colors or something. And this is the only color where they changed under the lamp, but then they popped right back to white. And the pink that they changed to was so similar to the nails, but just a little lighter, that it didn't look bad. And I was like, oh, I guess I'll go with it. But then I took a quick break and came back and they were white again. And I was like, oh, okay, no worries. So, if that happens to you, maybe just take a beat and see if it changes back. And also, has that happened to any of you guys? Have you guys had any of that before? But here we go. This is the set, guys. I have not done a lot of jewelry nails. If I ever have, I don't know. After years of making sets for you guys, I don't remember every single one. But I loved these. They came out so beautiful. I would definitely revisit something like this in the future. But let me know what you guys think of them in the comment section. Is this something you'd wear, or is it just way too much for you? Let me know. We definitely want to hear what you think. Guys, thank you so much for your patience with me and for coming by today. We are going to see you in the next video. And until then, bye-bye.